How y'all doing? Because at the end of the day, I mean, Miami, we got to get back up there. It starts one game at a time, one practice at a time.
We got a lot of guys coming in, creating more competition. That's going to make this place better and dangerous.
He can make plays because he understands what everybody's doing. He runs it at a really, really high level in a short amount of time.
He went to high school here, he went to college here, he won national championships here. He's finally back here. You know it's going to be important to him.
We coach hard because the game is hard. We're growing, we're developing. Lots of good stuff. Just don't stop.
But like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched right in the face. These drills and pre-practice are for you to prepare for practice.
And once we actually hit the field running, it was a great feeling to be back.
We want to get up there into some of the top offenses in the nation. They're right there for us, and these are improvements that we need to make.
The 2024 spring game about ready to go. Orange against the white on campus.
You're at the U. You know that means a lot. So just take advantage of every single opportunity and don't take nothing for granted.
Goal never changes, and the work is the work. You can't keep your eyes on the goal and forget about the work. Just one foot in front of the other. We'll see you at the end.
How y'all doing? Because at the end of the day, I mean, Miami, we got to get up there. It starts one game at a time, one practice at a time.
We got a lot of guys coming in, creating more competition. That's going to make this place better and dangerous.
He can make plays because he understands what everybody's doing. He runs it at a really, really high level in a short amount of time.
He went to high school here, he went to college here, he won national championships here. He's finally back here. You know it's going to be important to him.
We coach hard because the game is hard. We're growing, we're developing. Lots of good stuff. Just don't stop.
But like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until the right face. These drills and pre-practice are for you to prepare for practice.
And once we actually hit the field running, it was a great feeling to be back.
We want to get up there into some of the top offenses in the nation. It's right there for us, and these are the improvements that we need to make.
The 2024 spring game about ready to go. The orange against the white on campus.
You're at the U. You know that means a lot. So just take advantage of every single opportunity and don't take nothing for granted.
Goal never changes, and the work is the work. You can't keep your eyes on the goal and forget about the work. Just one foot in front of the other. We'll see you at the end.
Yo, what up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, Kendrick? What's going on, Tori? Troy, what's going on? Ant, what's going on? Chris, what's good with you? All right, so as you guys know, if you don't know, tomorrow practice starts. Fall practice starts. Also, 30 days until Canes football. Miami will take on the Florida Gators in the swamp. Y'all already know. Now, on the 4th, upcoming, 1 second, guys. Give me. So as you guys know, on the 4th is this Saturday, by the way. It's Canes Fest. For you guys that's local, or you guys that's gonna be in the Miami area or whatever, down by the stadium, Hard Rock, they're gonna have Canes Fest. That's from 2:30 to 6:30. So you guys can come on out, meet the players, watch some practice and stuff like that. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. But yo, what it do? What's going on? I see No 8850 in the building. What's good with you? Um, Kane Life, what's good with you? I see you guys popping up in the chat. Guys, do me a huge favor. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So obviously a lot of interviews went on today. A couple of them, I'm gonna pop some of them up on the screen. You know, you're gonna get to hear some of the players for the first time since spring. Guys been working out, putting in work. They all anxious and ready for the season. You know, some of these guys you're gonna hear from for the first time and all that good stuff. Also, as you see on the title of the live stream or whatever, FSU 360 deal. So we're going to talk about FSU for a little bit too. As you guys know, this is Big 3 T2Y. We do talk about Florida State and the Florida Gators also over here. So it's not just Canes football. And obviously anything that's going on in college football, we talk about that too. So FSU 360 and basically Florida Gators, just count your days. I think we're at that point now where we done exhaust all the talks between Miami and Florida. I think right now we just want to see it on the field. They don't compare their team to ours. They say we ain't got no DBs. We say their quarterbacks only throw dinks and dunks. Their running back is nothing without, the other guy that's at Georgia right now, Trevor Etienne and stuff like that. All the back and forth, all the bickering between the two fan base has been going on, and they think they're going to win. We think we're going to win. Right now, we just got to play the game. It is what it is. I think Miami's going to go into Gainesville and put belt to ass. That's just me. That's just me. I know a lot of Canes fans. I know y'all feel it too. All these years, a lot of us been saying that, hey, man, we need a quarterback. We need a confident quarterback. We need a quarterback that knows what he's doing, and I think we got that. We got that. Our rivals will tell you that, they didn't want him, but they had to settle for DJU. Ain't throwing no shots or no elbows or, nothing up there at Tallahassee or anything. But it is what it is. We got the guy that we wanted, that they wanted. That's tough. That's tough. Deal with it. Lie to yourself, but you can't lie to us. We know. We know. So Cam Ward is here. We got him for a year. I think this year Miami is definitely going to have to make a splash. Plain and simple, ACC championship or this season might be a bust. But as you guys know, Mario only had 7 wins last year. The year before it was 5. So I want to know from Canes fans, if Mario were to win 9 games, say win 9 games this year, would you guys accept that? I want you guys to also put in consideration the schedule that we play and the teams that we play. I think there's only a few teams on there that could legitimately be called a threat. You might throw Florida State and Louisville in there, and then even maybe Virginia Tech. They got a lot of production coming back. So I think those 3. Now I know Gator fans probably stomping their feet and, oh my God, he said those 3, but he didn't say the Gators. We're the mighty SEC. No, you're a middle of the pack team, and obviously we think we're better than y'all. We think we got a better coaching staff than y'all. We think our players are better than y'all. We think we recruited better than y'all. Hell, we got all the recruits that you wanted. That's tough. Deal with it. So, obviously, game one, it's put up or shut up time. It's either we're going to go up there and get the win, come back. I'm going to look like a genius. I'm going to talk my trash. All the Gator fans going to run and hide, duck under a rock. They might be at Bikini Bottom or somewhere. But at the end of the day, the game got to get played, man. And it's only 30 days. I'm excited. I know most of you guys are excited now. Originally, I was going to take that trip up to Gainesville, but it's not best fit for me right now to do that financially. I just bought a house and, I got to recruit some money. But I will be home watching that game at 3:30. I will be live for it. I will be live right here on the channel. Now, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like I said, for those of you guys that are not going to the game, tune in. We're going to watch it together. Hopefully, I'll have my boy Sarge with me. He could do the play-by-play while we chop it up and all that. We have a good grand old time over here during game time. And hopefully we win and y'all don't get to see me too angry and all that. Hopefully we blow them out. That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully we blow the Gators out. But before we talk about that, because I am going to give you guys a link, you guys can come on, give your final thoughts, like, going into this game, what y'all think going to happen. We ain't gonna talk too much about it until, like, we get into camp a lot more. Some more of the guys that's, gonna try to make their push for, starters, second string and all that stuff. Once we get into camp a lot, like let's say halfway down the line, we'll chop it up more about what's going on. I've seen interviews. I've seen guys update their height and weight and stuff like that. Some guys even put out, what they run in the 40 and all that. So it's some good stuff being, tossed around. But let's address what we was talking about earlier, the title, Florida State and the 360. So let me bring you guys up to speed if you guys been under a rock for, let's just say, the past year. Florida State ain't happy in the ACC. They've made that clear. I think a lot of teams in the ACC ain't happy. But Florida State has been very outspoken. They're pushing for lawsuits. They're pushing to try to get out of the grant of rights and all that good stuff. Now, they applied for the AAU, failed horribly. The Big Ten need that as a qualification, so you could go ahead and X them off the list. I think Florida State possibly could try again, but also Clemson. I think they also failed that test, to be AAU. You got to get them credentials. It got to be a part of your resume, man, to get into the Big Ten. It is what it is. Nebraska is on the ropes right now. They're on the ropes. I think they're in a probational thing, had a conversation with one of my homies earlier. We were talking about that. But Florida State, 360 deal. So obviously the grant of rights, big chunk of money to get out of the ACC. Then you got the exit fee on top of that. So we all know Florida State ain't got it like that. Right now they're trying to rebuild Stable Stadium, whatever you want to call it. They're trying to rebuild that. They're putting out, new facility plans and all that stuff. The money I don't think the money is there for them. I don't think it's there for them. I could be wrong. Maybe they found this magical bank that's willing to give them all this money to get out of it. But not the Big Ten. Not the Big Ten. Now, obviously, the SEC and the ACC, those are ESPN, deals or whatever. So that's kind of stained a little bit. But the Big 12, man, the Big 12. So you guys been hearing Clemson, you guys been hearing Florida State, and the Big 12, let's go. So from what I'm hearing now, the Big 12 wanted Florida State to sign a 360 deal. A 360 deal. Now, if you don't know what a 360 deal is, let's just say if you sign it, you're fucked. If you signed it, you're fucked. Excuse my language. Excuse my French. But if you sign a 360 deal, you're fucked. Plain and simple. I see people asking for the link in the chat. I'm putting a link in the chat right now. You guys are more than welcome to come on. The link is in the chat. Yeah, so go ahead and sign that. They say no. Smart move, Florida State. You just getting out of the grant of rights. You really don't want to sign yourself over to any conference, because obviously you get in there, you don't like it, then you got to buy your way out of that one too. You literally basically got to buy your identity back. That's tough. Anything Florida State related would basically belong to the Big 12. That's basically what them big 360 deals. You really don't want that, man. You really don't want that. You basically signing your life away, signing your name away, signing your image away, everything. So they'll pay your way out of the ACC. They'll get you out of. You'll join their conference, and then if you don't like it there, well, you're gonna have to pay your way out of there too. And more than likely, it's gonna be with way more interest. Slim, what's going on, Slim?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, so you about to help Florida State get out of that 360 deal if they do sign it?
No, their credit was denied. I ran a credit check on them.
Sure. What's going on, though, man? What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just ready for this offseason to be done. I'm ready for all the talk to be done.
You're a little bit low, Slim.
Said I'm ready for all this
Ooh,
offseason to be over with. Ready for all this talk to be over with.
Man, first game of the year, the Florida Gators. See, this was what frustrates me the most. Look at all this excitement, all this buildup going into this game. And the Florida Gators don't want to do this annually.
Right?
This is
like,
so crazy.
What's the problem? What's the deal?
We do this yearly. The whole world is excited right now. Now, obviously, if both teams was in better shape, it would be even more crazier than this. But I think this is exciting times for both fan base. Now, after the game is over, might not be for both, but hopefully we're on the winning end of it. But
well, I think other years outside of this year it might mean more too. But with Florida going 3-9 this year, it ain't gonna mean a whole lot come the end of the season.
Yeah, see, you a nice person. I said they were going 2-10.
I'm feeling charitable today.
Hey! I just wanna apologize for those games the other week.
Oh man, yeah, you were wild. Was a hell of a
hey, I was trying to put a 60 ball on you for all them 63-3 jokes.
Man, yeah, you was on that hard liquor last week. Man, what you think about y'all 360, man?
I'll try to.
What you think about the Big 12 trying to hit y'all with a 360 deal?
Man, I really ain't even been following all that. Whatever happens. I ain't even into all that. They can handle all that though.
So basically, they willing to take y'all in. Y'all just got to sign your life away.
Oh, so they on some death row stuff, huh?
Yeah, basically.
They on some Suge Knight death row stuff.
Perfect.
And they're the only ones willing to take them in. The SEC done come out and said they don't want them.
We need to stay away from that.
And they can't get in the Big 12. I'm at the Big 10. Y'all can't get in because y'all ain't AAU. Y'all applied, y'all tried, but you failed. And Clemson
is not.
Hey, but you asked the Clemson man, they're gonna make an exception for that for them.
Oh no, Clemson, man, that church is running out of money. I guess a lot of members ain't been paying their tithes. They ain't been passing around the collection plate.
God's name, image, and likeness, in the words of Dabo Sweeney.
I mean, God's NIL running out of money.
Well, Dabo a fool, boy.
I guess God don't favor South Carolina right now.
You better Dabo is a fool. Or something, find you another one.
Man, listen. Hey, y'all anybody ever been to Clemson Stadium, to Death Valley?
Yeah, I went there in 22 and watched us play.
In the middle of nowhere. Literally.
It is in the middle of a cow pasture.
That jug is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you got a lake, and you got the basketball court and the IPF across the street, and everything else is just I don't see how they get kids to go out there, man. It's nothing to do in Clemson.
Man, Dabo always find a way.
I mean, that's all these college schools, though. I mean, they're all in small towns, except for, Miami, USC, Pitt. You have a few that are in big cities, but the rest of them all are in. There ain't shit in Athens, Georgia. There ain't shit in Tuscaloosa. There ain't shit in Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah, but those schools doing they got NIL going. The Clemson, they still getting kids even. I don't know. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. But it's gonna catch up to Dabo soon. We're gonna see what they got going on this season. All that not using the portal, it'll catch up. It'll catch up.
Yeah, I think Dabo's being left behind as of right now.
Yeah, times are changing.
You better get with the program.
Times are changing.
So game 1,
Yeah,
Miami versus Florida. From an FSU standpoint, what you think about that game?
like I said, I think I got it being a close game. I feel like with Miami going on the road, even though it's at 3:30, it's still gonna be a hostile environment. Each team breaking in, new players, transfers, and all that. Uh, I think I got it being like between a 7 to 10 point game. I can see that going either way.
Hmm. I can only see it going one way, but I
Yeah, I
feel
mean, you're right. That's how you gotta see it. You fan of Miami. You gotta see it that way. You
I mean,
got to.
I'm with you though. I actually see it being a 7 to 10 point game. I mean, for
Yeah,
that reason.
I got to be in a close game. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
nah, if
no matter
if
what
I get what I want,
you think of,
if I get what I want, it won't be no close game. They won't get to play no Tom Petty.
You
It'll be
want
a,
Miami by
it'll be a
30.
story. Yeah,
I mean, don't
we'll
get
be
it
up by
twisted.
30.
I've got us winning, but I mean, no matter what you think of, Damian Martinez, Cam Ward, or whoever, they've never taken a snap in a Miami uniform. So practice all you want. There ain't no replacement for game experience together.
Yeah, but
you're right.
We could say the same
That
about
camaraderie.
because they got a lot of new guys too through the transfer portal.
They do, but
And
I mean, we all
got
know
a few new coaches also, so we got to keep that in mind too.
Quarterback on the field is the most important position, and they're returning theirs. And listen,
Yeah.
no matter what you think of Graham Mertz, he don't make a whole bunch of mistakes.
Yeah, he also don't throw down the field too much either.
He don't do that,
especially not past 20 yards.
He don't throw interceptions either, though.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'll tell you one thing: if we do blow them out, oh my God, I'm gonna be unbearable.
I just don't.
Florida
Florida really doesn't get blown out in the swamp though. That's my thing. Like,
so first down for everything.
It really wouldn't be the first time. The last time we played in the swamp, we blew them out.
Yeah, but how far back you got to go to that though?
Ooh, shit, that was about 20 years ago.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know
had a few
bowl games and a couple of neutral site games against.
I know people think like they real shitty, but man, they try to hold it down at home. Man, they don't get blown out. Now they gonna lose. They'll lose at home, but getting blown out, that's a whole nother story.
If we go into that third quarter and we blowing them out, this is gonna be me right here. That was gonna be me.
Hey man, hey Florida, hey Young Seminole told me Florida Trucker had showed up last week. Man, I missed him.
I was hitting you up, but you ain't pick up.
Well, Florida Trucker crawled out from under his rock. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I
you say he don't owe nobody. What y'all talking about?
I need to catch him.
Yeah, he said he don't owe nobody, but hey, it be like that. Thank God I ain't make no bets.
Yeah, I need to catch him, man. I need to see how he been.
But let me I got some of them interviews they had today. I'm gonna pop them up so you guys can hear, what the players are saying, all that good stuff, You guys can hear. So Armando Blunt, if you guys are not familiar with him, committed to last year, was a 5-star for the 2025 class, reclassified to the 2024. End up flipping from Miami to Florida State, and then flipping back to Miami, signing to Miami. Florida State staff came down to his house for a visit. They didn't even open up the door for them. That's tough. But let's hear what my guy has to say. Basically, they come, they ask questions. questions and these guys answering. So
it's really been the guys. They've been making it funner and like more comfortable. So we, like the freshmen, when we came in, we really didn't have to struggle too much. So it was like we just came back into high school and picked up where we left off and just grinding, keeping our head down, working.
How have you enjoyed the academics? I know you got a 3.9. What's been your favorite part about the classes, and what did you take this summer?
The classes out here is very fun. I've learned a lot since I've been here since January. I like all the teachers out here. Matter of fact, all the teachers I had so far. It's great learning with the teachers out here. It's great people everywhere around, great classmates. So that's really a big role to the academics.
Okay, have a great season.
I'm just curious how your summer went with workouts, the whole thing. Just kind of how would you recap your summer?
Head down, grinding, and just that's it. Head down and grinding. That's what I've been doing.
What about with your game? What do you feel like you improved on with your skills, and what do you think you got better at this summer?
I feel like the coaches taught me more about football. I feel that I know more, and the game's kind of slowing down a little bit. But I'm just kind of learning the different ways of football right now and learning all the plays.
Maybe that is the answer. What you got out of the spring? What did you kind of get out of the spring? Even though is it part of the learning stuff? I mean, can you explain what spring ball was like for you?
Spring ball was me kind of getting prepared for the physical part because I had to sit out for a little bit. But now I'm 100%. So that was really what spring was all about for me, just getting ready and learning plays.
Just like with every player, strength, speed is always a big thing in the off season. Where are you at with your strength numbers? Are they improved, or kind of where? Or I assume they've improved.
I most definitely feel that I have gotten stronger and faster since I've been here.
What were your marks before? Maybe when you first got here, what are some things that you've kind of been pleased with, what you've been able to do physically in the weight room?
I can't really say too much on bench, but I know for the 10-yard dash, like the 10-yard dash, my 10-yard dash got faster since I've been here. I had like 1.84 when I first got here, but it got cut down. It's like I'm getting 6'6", 1.6 on normal. But I most definitely got faster and stronger since I've been here, but I can't really tell you the weight room numbers because I haven't maxed out yet.
For a 10-yard split, I mean, we think so much about that kind of stuff with the skill guys, offense, defense, but for a defensive lineman to have that good 10-yard, that burst, how important is that for a guy like yourself to continue to improve in that area?
Well, that's mainly the D-line. That's the yard where D-line play football in, so that's really where you want to be most explosive at. So that's why I'm trying to better and get better. I work on that a lot. I get off.
Are you excited? I know it's different out here or workouts, but translating that speed that you've improved on to when you're in pads, and what do you expect it to look like? What are you hoping how it kind of translate once pads are on?
Well, all my hard work is going to pay off. So whatever I put in, that's what I'm going to get out.
And where are you at with your weight right now, and then how much has that changed since you've been here?
I'm 264 pounds. I lost a lot of fat since I got here and gained more muscle since I've been here.
How do you feel with that?
I feel way better because I feel like I gained probably 10, 15 pounds since I've been here, but I feel faster. So that's good because I got heavier and I gained muscle, but I feel faster.
And where do you expect to kind of inside, outside? How do you expect, or how do you think they'll kind of use you? What do you kind of expect in fall camp?
Right now, I'm just playing defensive end right now. I'm just learning defensive end, coming in.
You
Man, who that is? Somebody fell asleep snoring.
I heard that shit.
Oh, my boy though fell asleep. Oh no! So we got Damian Martinez, running back. Let me pop that up.
different East Coast, West Coast? What's the change for you that being over here?
I was completely flipped on his head, going from Oregon to Miami. I mean, it's completely different. You got the mountains and cold, all the different changes. I mean, weather here is lovely. I'm in Texas, so I like the sun. But yeah, no, it's definitely flipped on his head.
What are some things you guys have done in the off season, kind of to just bond? Speaking to former players, national champions, they kind of shared that. Kind of want to set the difference apart from what they did off the field. Anything you guys have done to kind of gel right before the season?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Chemistry-wise, like anything you guys have done off the field. Gel together.
No, yeah, for sure. We even outside of football, we just do team events. So just getting a better bond with the whole team. So it's just, it makes you want to play harder for each other.
So who's the best in college football 25 on the team?
I don't know. We definitely got to run a tournament because everybody has a different IQ. So yeah.
Damien, I'm curious what this offseason was like for you. Maybe some things you want to concentrate. You've been in college for a while now, so you know what the offseason looks like for you. What it looked like for you this summer, some things you really want to work on?
Just, everybody's big, strong, fast. Just want to just keep working on those things. And then obviously on the field, my pad level, stuff like that. Just little details, like I said, my pad level, just catching the ball, getting on the jug machine more. I mean, just working with my team and really working on the little details as far as when it comes to helping me play faster and not having to think so much on the field.
And certainly when you get into season, you'll be paying attention to who you're facing. But I'm curious if you did any work on your own, get to know the ACC a little bit, maybe even some Florida stuff over the summer.
Yeah, no, I definitely did look over, a couple teams and just see what, certain people got or whatever. But yeah, no, I definitely think we're ready and we're going to be ready.
Thoughts on Florida, the first one?
Thoughts on Florida. I was supposed to play them my freshman year in our bowl game, but I got hurt, so I'm definitely looking forward to that game.
Do you sense the excitement? I mean, obviously the guys here, it's a big rivalry game. Do you sense kind of that buzz? I know it's first game, but in fall camp, everybody's excited for that. But do you sense an extra? Or
I mean, we're really focused on going into camp, so we want to take one day at a time, get better, so we can be ready for that. But you definitely feel the energy from everybody, from the fans, just social media. You see it everywhere. Everybody sees the Florida thing. So but we're definitely focused on training camp and just getting ready for this for one day at a time.
Sure. And your mindset for training camp, what is it to essentially get you?
Man, y'all heard my boy. We more focused on training camp than we is about the Florida Gators. Ain't nobody worried about that. Them baby lizards of Gainesville, ain't nobody care about them. The fans are we the fans, we ready for the game, but the players they like, we got this. We're gonna go into Gainesville, whoop their ass, so we ain't got nothing to worry about.
The most ready you can be for the season, how do you kind of approach it?
Yeah, just approaching it like a pro, like that's kind of said from this whole thing. I want to, prove I'm the best for next year's draft class, but I came to be a part of this team and help this team get better as they help me get better. So we just all want to put it together.
The comments by Jonathan Taylor recently, can you maybe share the connection, just your thoughts on him and that connection there?
Yeah, when I first got down here, we had the same agency, so we kind of training together for a while. But yeah, no, John is a real cool guy. Getting to know him more, not just seeing him on the field or whatever. It's definitely cool. He's a real cool, chill dude. But working with him was definitely an eye opener. It was like, okay, this is what it looks like. This is what work really looks like to make it to that level. He works like he's not there yet, but he is. So, but yeah, he's gonna be great.
What was the biggest takeaway? Maybe it is what you just said. Either seeing something up close that you saw, or maybe the work ethic. What was it that maybe stood out to you about seeing him kind of go through his process?
Kind of just how we were working with our trainer. He's just kind of like a sponge. He wants to know how to do something so he does it right, so he can do it right. And it's kind of what I took from it. Just want to always learn and just even when it comes to little things, how to get fast, how to do the right mechanics or whatever. Just that, yeah.
What's the connection like been with Cam Ward? Seeing him from afar, playing against him, but just what's that kind of? I assume you guys are trying to speed up the process from when you got here.
Yeah, we see each other every day. Like I said, we're on the offense, but we're also locker mates. So his locker's right next to mine. We talk every day. We're real close. So yeah, I think we're both just looking for. Everybody's really looking forward to football, this training camp, so we can get more tighter on the field. It'll help us out.
Early impressions of offensive line, kind of what you know about these guys.
Huge. huge. I mean, everybody's huge. But yeah, no, I like the way Coach Maribel has them coached up and how to, just the details. That's really what this game is about, details and just how to help you play faster and not have to think so much. I kind of like that, how the line just, how they're real detailed. Yeah.
Anything changed with your weight or body fat percentage? Anything that you've done over the off season varied a little bit?
Yeah, since I got here, I dropped like 8 pounds, and then I gained I dropped 4% body fat, something like that. But yeah, no, I definitely with this heat helped me shed a lot of weight and then just get in more shape. So yeah.
Is there a target weight for you that you'd like to play at? Is there something that you've varied throughout your career that you feel like this is the best for me?
I mean, not really, not yet. Because my freshman year I played at 212, 216. Last year I played at 230, maybe a little above. But just kind of, like you said, week by week, just kind of figuring out through fall camp how I best fit the play style here.
And what are you now?
228.
Awesome. Thank you. Good luck.
Telling you, Gator fans, count your days. Count your days. B-Bean, y'all better count y'all days, man. This whooping is going.
They were sad. You know they were sad when they found out Mark Fletcher was actually going to be back.
Here's how your summer went
for that game too.
Oh yeah, you know it. They were real mad. They thought they had a chance. They thought we were gonna have thunder with no lightning.
Hey, they've been listening to Josh Pate too much. But y'all should have listened to Red. Hope will kill a man. And y'all let Josh Pate give y'all hope.
Oh man, now this interview right here, I was really excited to listen to. This one right here.
Curious how your summer went, how it went with off-season training, the whole thing.
The off-season training went good. They helped me gain weight. I was at 215, now I'm at 232.
How do you feel with that?
I feel great. I feel like this has been my heaviest, the heaviest I've been, and I feel great.
You still feel the speed is there? I know that's always the big thing when a guy
changes. My speed's still there. It didn't go down.
How pleased are you with that? Maybe what you plan to do for the offseason to get to that 232, you got to feel good.
It took me a long way to get here, but I feel great. I feel great about it, and I feel like I'm ready to play this year.
Yeah. How do you think that the extra weight, your experiences, how do you think it all is going to help you?
I feel like the extra weight helped me because last year I was 205, and they weren't really cutting it. This year I'm 232, and I feel like I can hold my own weight against 300-pound people.
Yeah, you said you feel like you're ready to play this year.
Yeah.
With the extra weight, the whole your confidence and kind of what you're hoping to show in fall camp. What are you hoping to show?
Show my talent and how talented I am. I can cover, I can run, I can hit, I can do everything that Chris Ball want me to do.
What do you think of the defense with the guys you guys have come back, the new guys that got here this summer, the transfer?
I feel like our defense is going to be biting this year. Elijah Arroyo, Ruben Bain, Malik Bryant. I feel like we have a stacked defense this year and ready to play against anyone.
What linebacker spot do they have you at primarily?
I'm at Sam linebacker.
Thanks, Bob. How you feel like being at Sam works for you?
I feel like Sam works for me because I'm able to cover and show off my speed and blitz the edge.
Man, so obviously some of the stuff that he said weren't, on here, but he did say that he ran a 4.4 linebacker. So, to have that kind of speed, we ain't got no Corey Flags out there. So that's great to hear. There's different versions of these interviews. I'm just bringing you guys the one from Chris Stockton. But there's different versions on YouTube and, other places. All right, Chris Kane for life. What's good, man?
Yo, what up, man? What up? What's good with y'all, man, tonight?
All right, so we got a few more players that did interviews. Kind of just want to bring you guys the younger guys, some fresh faces and stuff like that. Obviously, we got experience with, Xavier Restrepo and Ruben Bain and those guys. Mark Fletcher too, talking about the injury and all that. So a lot of people was skeptical about Mark Fletcher, whether he'll be ready for game one and all that. So I'm gonna play his interview. We're gonna play JoJo's. Obviously, not gonna play Sam Brown's because his is a little bit lengthy. But Sam Brown transferred in from Houston. He also did interviews. So let's play Mark Fletcher because obviously, with the whole injury, a lot of people.
Mark, how are you feeling? I'm feeling so good. I feel amazing. I'm ready to roll.
Any limitations for you this fall camp?
Y'all heard him out the get-go. He feel amazing. He feels so good. He's ready to go. That's what he's saying.
To be honest, I know they told me that they were going to take it a little slower with me, but as far as limitations, I'm completely healed. I'm ready to roll. So it's just the training style. They just taking it slow with me right now. So.
What was it like kind of dealing with both injuries? Trying to get up both?
Yeah, it was hard. It was a challenge, but I'm built for anything, man. I got great people around me, great people in this building, a great family. I couldn't stay depressed. I couldn't stay, down on myself. They just always lifted my spirits, and so I guess that just made me heal so much quicker, having that positive mindset every single day.
What have you been able to do this recently, the last couple of weeks?
I've been running, cutting, jumping, doing all things that a football player should be able to do. So I'm feeling good, man. So I added some more muscle on, but my weight is 225 right in that area. I played up the same thing, but I think I had less muscle there. So, yeah.
Mentally, how tough was it to just kind of go through that in this offseason?
Oh no, it was definitely like one of the most hardest things I ever did. But man, like I said, I had such great people around me who just never let me just stay down. My spirits was always lifted. I always had to just stay positive, man. It helped me a lot.
And then just real quick, because I know you gotta get moving. What exactly were the injuries you were dealing with?
I had a Liz Frank, and I tore my shoulder.
And I know Mario said at ACC Media Days that you were, almost close to being ready. Do you know when you're ready to start, practicing fully? Is that?
To be honest, I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to practice fully, but I know that I'll get some good reps in because I'm healed for it and I'm ready for it. But they're just taking it slow with me right now. So that's all that is.
You're planning on being ready.
Man, I'm so ready to roll right now. Right now, I'm ready to roll. It's time.
Good to see you.
No, thank you.
Just tell me, how excited are you for you guys to, I guess, work together and create that great back for the season?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited because he's seeing more than me. He got more experience than me, and I can soak up things that he's seeing. So I'm just excited. Everybody excited. And it's gonna be a good year.
Let's talk about your summer coming in, working out. Like, what have you been doing to make sure that when you step into fall camp, you're ready to go?
Living in the treatment room. But they have great trainers in there. Man, they knew I was hurt. They just jumped on tasks. They showed me the plan, showed me the layout, how I'm gonna feel this day, what I'm gonna do this day. Man, they're amazing, really. Like, they're amazing. They the only reason I'm right here right now, to be honest.
Treatment plan.
Worked
wonders for you.
Wonders.
I love that for you.
Wonders.
Let's talk about personal goals going into the season for you.
I never really had personal goals. Honestly, I've been throughout that way throughout high school, throughout Little League. That's just been me. I'm really just a team guy. I want the team to win, and whatever I do to help, that's just what I do that year. So that's just my goal, help the team.
As far as working with the running back, what goals do you have for the running back?
For the running back, I wanted to be the best running back in college football, 1,000%, and we had the potential to, and we can be. And so we just have to stay locked in, stay together, and just show them every week.
I want to do some go-tos real quick because fall camp is coming. It's here, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Go-to artists before practice.
Before practice, if I'm trying to be turned that day, you should be turned every day. But if I'm in a real hype mood, who I listen to? I'll probably listen to some Chief Keef or something.
Chief Keef?
Probably some Chief Keef early in the morning, some Young Boy or something, get turned. But if I'm chilling that day, it's gonna be a smooth day, I'll listen to Wife and Lucci.
Line this shit weak.
All right, so I
TTY.
see we got a Seminole. I see we got a Seminole in the building. Studio One in the building. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, baby?
All right,
What's
so
going on,
Seminole.
TTY?
What's good, man? I don't think I seen you in here before, unless you got the new name.
Oh, hey, Rudy Guru.
No, this is my first time joining the chat, man. But I've been in here a few times. I've been following you for about a year now.
Oh, okay. So what's going on, man? What's on your mind? What's up with that 360 deal?
I don't know, man. Honestly, bro, like I think the Big 12 will be a last resort type of situation. I mean, it don't really make sense to me to go there. I mean, I think they got more competition to me than the ACC do. But the money is like it's like not even it's not a big jump in money. So it's like, what the fuck is it? What's the point, man? Like either the Big Ten or SEC should be the move if possible. They got to work out whatever they got to work out
I think the Big
and make that shit happen, man. But
I
the
think the
Big
Big
12, like I said, that's last resort. Like just as far as like just to get the fuck away from the ACC if it comes down to having to do that.
I think they were willing to give y'all and Clemson about 15 million more than everybody else that was in the conference, just to get y'all to come in. But like I said, y'all would be signing a 360 deal.
Yeah, I agree all the way with you on that. 15 million more. That really ain't shit when you compare. You know what I'm saying, to what you can get more than when you go into the SEC or the Big Ten. What you would get over there. That's peanuts, man. So yeah, I feel you. That is a 360 deal. If you go over there, you're kind of in the same position that you're in now.
Yeah, the problem is y'all ain't AAU. Y'all failed that. So the
Yeah,
Big Ten, that's kind of out of the way right now for y'all.
yeah, they're gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do with that, man. I mean, that's that's to the powers that be. That's above a lot of people's heads, man. So I hope they figure that out, especially me as a Florida State fan.
Let me ask
If
you.
my preference, if it was up to me as a Florida State fan, I would rather the SEC. I mean, that shit makes sense. Southeast still. But you know what I'm saying? Big Ten, man, don't nobody want to go to fucking Idaho, man. Or Iowa and shit like that. Excuse me.
Hey, y'all problem with the ACC is y'all shaking up stuff with ESPN, which is their main TV provider.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's
you got two problems with Clemson and Florida State going to the SEC. Number one, Greg Sankey said it at SEC Media Days, if they add any more teams, that's just less money per team that every team is getting now.
Yeah, they're not trying to
And
slice that pie up anymore.
exactly. And number two, to your point, both of them are getting paid, or I've got these TV deals through ESPN. Why would they give y'all more money if they can keep y'all right where you're at for less money?
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that all the
And
way.
that's the problem they having right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I was saying. Like
that's a good
that's
point.
why they're stuck in the position they're stuck in right now. It's like it's just gonna be hard to get. I don't. Me personally, me personally, I don't see them getting out the ACC no time soon. I feel like they got them by the balls right now, man. Being real.
I'm
Me
gonna say
too. Hey, let me ask you a quick question.
in 2 seasons, Miami will be in the Big Ten.
Let me ask you a question though. The Big Ten. Didn't you say that 15 million more a year about?
Not the Big
Big
12.
12.
Big
Oh,
12.
that's the Big 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Big
Okay. Big
12.
12, yeah.
literally have
And
to
I'm
sign
going to be
their
honest with you,
solo.
I don't think the competition in the Big 12, it comes close to the ACC. Why? Because
I
they
don't
added some
either,
Group of
because I done
5
seen
teams.
ACC years go head to head with the SEC. Yeah.
A perfect example. The ACC last year had a winning record against the SEC and the Big 10.
Right.
That is
And it was
that
about
is
3
correct.
years ago
You're
where
right.
the ACC really dominated. They won the bowl games, they won the season. I had did a little thing about it. So I said, man, that's a little narrative they pushing. That's not all the way true.
ACC is not as trash as everybody think it is. Because
Yeah,
head to
I
head,
agree. SEC
you
more
know.
stronger, but it ain't
I
wide
mean,
gap. Like they think.
you got your biased people and
Yeah,
stuff that's going to think
exactly.
that.
Like
But
nobody argues that the SEC isn't the best conference top to bottom, but the gap there isn't as wide as they try and make it out to be.
right, they try to make it seem like SEC is so
And
dominant,
if
but they
Alabama
have that
don't get they
dominant.
back, if they don't stay back the way they was, I feel like they really ain't nothing but Georgia.
I
And
mean,
then everything else
be
is
real about it.
pick'em game.
Ole Miss is
It's a
talking about
pick'em
a
game.
team that could win the SEC and make the playoffs this year. They were in a 7-point game with Georgia Tech in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yep.
Pick'em game. So
What y'all feel about Ole Miss this year? Also, man, like they getting a lot of hype. They bought a lot of pieces in there, man, and they just like they almost seem like outside of Georgia, they almost seem like the favorite to do their thing in the SEC this year.
I can tell you what, this is gonna show me if Kiffin is really that guy. Because this is your chance. Alabama's not who they are.
That's a
Okay, we
fact.
understood you couldn't get over that Nick Saban hump. But now he's gone. It's your turn. So if y'all flop this year, I don't want to hear it.
I don't think Lane Kiffin's that guy.
I don't either. I don't either.
agree.
But
Because
some people wanted him at Miami. So
I'm gonna be honest with you though, Studio. Lane Kiffin is an offensive guru. Like his
that's it.
offense
I agree.
is second to none. But his Achilles heel is his damn defense. He
Every
has
year.
no defense.
Hey, listen,
That'd be
I'd
the
hire Lane
problem with a
Kiffin
lot
as
of
my
offensive
offensive
gurus
coordinator any day of the
All
week.
day. I can hire him as my OC, son, and I'll get Muschamp as my DC any day of the week.
Any day of the week. I'd never
Any
hire either
day.
one of them to be a head coach, though.
Neither one. I would even get Dan Mullen to be an OC.
He ain't bad.
Right. But
He ain't
Muschamp,
bad.
and I'd get Brett Venables to be my DC.
I don't know about Dan Mullen.
Dan
I don't
Mullen
know,
is a
man.
pretty damn good OC.
Brent Venables a dog, man, on that defense, man.
Brett
He had
Venables.
Clemson right.
Dan Mullen is a good OC. He's just not a good head coach.
Listen,
He's not a good recruiter either.
You got a good
No. Right there too.
Wait a minute. Dan Mullen recruited better than Billy Napier's recruiting right now.
Yeah, but that's not saying nothing.
Yo, T2Y.
You walked into that one though, this Slim.
What's up?
Yo, what's your score prediction with y'all game with the Gators, man? What you think the final score gonna be?
Miami 38, Gators 17.
Man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna blow them out even probably worse than that.
I got 38-17.
I could see 28-17.
Nah,
I'll put y'all score prediction in the
I don't
chat.
even think they're gonna score much.
You know what I want to see from
and we all know this. The first game of the year is the sloppiest game you're gonna play all year.
I agree, and I think that's to our
definitely.
advantage because our offense is together. That line together, cohesive. Our offensive coordinates 2 years in. The receiving core 2-3 years in. We got a 5-year all ACC. They ain't gonna be able to stop us, bro. I guarantee we march up and down the field on them.
If we do what we're supposed to do, and we play as one unit and stop playing so conservative, and we actually play ball to win instead of to dominate instead of just to barely win, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
They ain't playing. You don't hear the rhetoric. They ain't playing to win this year. I mean, just to win. They playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Smash something
Already
this year.
saying with all the weapons we got, we should be at least a 40-point average.
You should.
And I'm looking at it on the cohesiveness of Florida too. I'm right here in Jacksonville. I got a lot of fans. They worry, and I'll be worried too because your offensive system is not cohesive right now. You don't know who your quarterback gonna be. So I know your plays ain't gonna be too dynamic right now. We ain't got to worry about them picking us apart. We can load the box if we want to, not be super concerned because they ain't got no real deep threat that like we got to worry about. like a Tony or something, a shifty guy. We like, oh, who gonna cover him? I mean, let someone merge, okay, but they ain't cohesive with an offensive scheme yet. So it's
the only guy they really got is Trey Wilson, the wide receiver number 3.
That he'll get off a little bit. I agree. I remember him. But
him and Graham Mertz played last year, so last year he was a freshman. But they also lost out on Ricky Pearsall, who was a first rounder. Now they brought in, I think, 2 other receivers out of the portal. One out of Arizona State. Dude had back problems. He literally had to clear a physical before he even got to Florida. And then they brought in another guy. I can't remember his name. Dykes. And I don't think he that nice either. So we're gonna see, man. Obviously, with our front 7 is what I'm really looking at, because secondary is gonna be kind of young. It's still a question mark right now. A lot of people are doubting, what they're capable of doing.
I halfway agree with that, T2. At safety, I agree with you, not at corner.
Yeah, I'm talking about safety, because that's what they always talk about. What about your safety though? Cam Kitchen's not here. James Williams gone. What you gonna do now?
No, I just got to step up. We're gonna see what they do.
Well, there's a bunch of lists out there that have Daryl Porter Jr. as a top 10 corner in the country. And Powell out of Washington is damn good corner too.
Right, but see, my thing is that even with that talent that's in there, if they know the game plan and they know how to execute, them being young is one thing, but them learning how to execute and be in the right gaps of where they need to be, that's a whole different aspect. If they can follow that and understand and actually take that in, no matter how young they are, if they do their job, we gonna be a problem. I'm telling you.
But that's what we all know happens with young players. They're inconsistent.
Right, but if they not, but what if they're not though?
I'll put it out there in the atmosphere. I think Daryl Porter Jr. gonna have a better game than Jason Marshall. I'll say that right now. I think he's gonna have a better game than Jason Marshall.
Well, and here's my thing. I think people are looking at Florida I'm gonna call it a wrong way. Florida's not untalented. Their coach may be a complete imbecile, but they're not an untalented football team.
Their defensive coordinator is definitely more talk than action. Because he came talking about they're the only team that's going to be like 20 dimensional and all that crap. Just to go out there and get beat by everybody. And
20 dimensional.
That man will win a Jonah Hill lookalike contest.
Wow.
Yeah, not the 4th and 16 at Missouri to lose the game.
Oh, okay. I got
you. I got Miami. I got Miami winning against Florida, but I want to see and I fuck with Cam Ward. I think he a hell of a quarterback, man. He definitely can lead a fucking team, man. But I think my only concern with Cam Ward coming from the Pac-12, and I think we all watch enough football and understand that the Pac-12 is their games go fucking 42-45, and like there's no defense fucking played over there. I want to see what Cam Ward can do against a truly athletic, fucking physical defense that's gonna put pressure on them. And one of the guys said, Florida is not untalented. They got some assholes for some coaches, but on that defense, man, they always got athletes over there. They always got cats that know how to play football. I want to see what Cam Ward is going to do against legitimate athletes on this level of football coming from the Pac-12. If he can light them up, man, it's going to if he can light Florida up and make that shit look easy, Miami might be a problem this year, man.
But that's why Mario's done what he done. Cam Ward doesn't have to be Superman. That's why he brought in Damian Martinez. He doesn't have to do it all himself.
Right.
I agree with you to a certain extent, but I think as a Florida State fan, like going against y'all so many years, but I think especially as of recent. I think the shit that has held y'all back from being in the playoff or from being, a contender like that is the quarterback play. Like I think the one of y'all better years is when y'all had the year King, and unfortunately for y'all, he ended up going down. You know what I'm saying? Same shit with TVD.
Inconsistency.
TVD ended up getting injured, and it just kind of just the ship fucking started sinking.
But
Cam
even when
Ward
he
is
was
probably the best quarterback y'all had in a long fucking time. If he can stay healthy, and if he can actually live up to the hype, he could take y'all somewhere, man. Like for real, he could seriously take Miami Hurricanes somewhere. That dude is fucking talented, man. He's a hell of a
Well,
quarterback.
and to your point, all right, say he just replicates what he did last season,
Right,
3,700 yards.
right.
That would put him in the top 5 quarterbacks in Miami history.
Hell yeah.
yeah, it will. But
The
here's the
the
thing
only
though,
the only
Slim.
concern I have about Cam Ward, even when Mike Norvell was pursuing him to come to Florida State, I was feeling it. I wanted him to come here. The only concern I had about Cam Ward is his fucking ball security. He's a fumbling motherfucker, man. That's the only
Right.
concern I had
I
about him.
was just
If
about
he
to
can
say
if he
that.
can clean that up,
Okay,
yeah, if he can
now
clean that up, man, then yeah. I
half
mean,
of
I
that
think
problem is already cleaned up though. Because go look at that line he had at Washington State. It was
yeah, they
fucking
want that
terrible.
great. Yeah, they
Right.
definitely want that great.
Now, not
But
all
And
of
I'm
it was
and
on
I
him.
Yeah,
Admittedly,
Cam
some of it's
Ward.
on him carrying that damn ball like a loaf of
yeah,
bread.
he got to protect that damn ball, man.
Yeah,
See,
but
but
Cam
see the
Ward
he's
got
problem
a
never
with
been
that is
behind as good of an
Yeah,
offensive
he's
line
gonna
as
have a
what he's
good
going to
offensive
have.
line, and he ain't never had this much weapons to go to too. So
Yeah,
exactly. See,
he's
and so
already
he had to have
said it. Shannon Dawson already said it. Mario already said it. He didn't come here to run the ball. He come here to pass.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
See,
all the
and
extra
see
improvising, the most you'll see him run is from left to right.
yeah.
He said from left to right.
but see that's the
I mean,
whole thing. He did what he did in Washington State with a line that's nowhere near half as good as ours. Now
no,
imagine what he can do.
Miami's going to have a top 5 line in the nation this year.
I hope so. I hope so.
Man, we lost Gator Sam. I was hoping he would have stayed. Gator Sam, if you're still here, hit the link.
I just feel like, once we do it on the field and we show and we prove it, I mean, hey, just like how we went out there, and I mean, I know it's not really valid in a sense, but it's been a while since we beat an SEC team until we beat an SEC team. But we went
Right.
out there and we
What are you
proved
talking
it.
about? We beat
Once
an SEC team last year.
I know that's what I'm saying. It was invalid for a while that we didn't beat an SEC team until we did. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Now I
Yeah.
say,
So once we did, we proved it. That's what we got to do. We got to prove it. Now, if we continue to do this, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see what happens.
Well, if you
now
go by talent on the team, Florida is about as talented right now as they were when we played them in 2019. Miami
Mhm.
is about 8 or 9 spots more talented than they were in 2019.
But then just like the young brother just said, our problem has been inconsistent QB play. See, our QB play has always been the problem. It hasn't been the talent, it's always been the QB play and the coaches, the
Right.
inconsistency. But once we get the inconsistencies out of there and the coaching, if Mario just sits back and let them coach, he has to let them coach this year. He has to. He cannot be involved in all that garbage and nitpicking and doing all that other crap. He has got to let Dawson and do his thing. He don't mess with Gidry. It's always Dawson. He has to let Dawson do his thing. He let him do his thing. Watch how that playbook open up. Because now you have a QB that can do what you want him to do.
man, we
Yeah,
go
that's
out
a
there and we
fact.
slap Florida the first game. We look like a complete team. Florida State gonna be scared, boy.
Nah, I don't see us being scared. I just you know what? I'm interested in that matchup too, man, with Florida State and Miami. I think that's gonna be a good game. I
Be
actually got that
competitive.
game being like pretty close going into the half, a low scoring game. I think them defenses is gonna come out of that game and show and really show out. Um,
that game probably could make or break either one of our seasons.
Yeah,
Florida State's
yeah,
defense is gonna have to show up in that game because DJ's shown that he ain't gonna win a shootout.
Nah, I don't even. You know what, man? As like as a Florida State fan, I seen a lot of other Florida State fans like get up in arms about the spring game and how he looked. Like as somebody who's been around football and played the game and coached the high school level, like if you actually paid attention to the spring game and then you see what's going on right now, like other Florida State fans who actually follow what's going on in camp and shit, you would understand that defense is looking fucking amazing right now, man. Those DBs is flying around. I don't know what the fuck Azaria Thomas did in the offseason, but that dude is looking like he is going to be an All-American. Fentrell Cypress surprised the hell out of me because I was not big on Fentrell Cypress after last season. He was okay. He wasn't as advertised when he came here from UVA. He was okay at best. But I think he started to gain the perspective of the defense. Adam Fuller, one of the things I was critical about Adam Fuller when he first got here is it just seemed like guys couldn't grasp the concept of his defense. Like he runs a very complicated type of defense, and it's good when they get it. Those guys are good, and man, those Fentrell Cypress, man, he is fucking getting it right now. And the reports of him coming out of camp is and not no Florida State bias type shit, not all at all. But the reports of coming out of camp right now is FSU, Fentrell Cyphers and AZ Thomas, man, they look like they're going to be one of the best cornerback tandems in the country this year. And Shaheem Brown, man, Shaheem Brown looking like a dog too.
Here's my problem with the Florida State defense. They've got talent. I don't think anybody's.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt about it, no doubt about it.
But you don't lose the amount of talent that you had off of what I think is a very underrated defense, and not take a step back.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to take a step back. I think they're gonna I think they're going to struggle early on in the run game. Quiet is kept. The offensive line has been kicking the defensive line's ass so far in camp. Outside of Daryl Jackson and guys like that, he's actually been awesome in camp as well. I definitely wanted to see what he was going to bring. Joshua Farmer is looking spectacular, but outside of those guys and Pat, the offensive line is looking good, man. They actually, from what I heard from the media guys, man, they looking like they 55% to 45% is what the offensive line is winning the reps right now.
What you expecting? What you expecting out of Darrell Jackson?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I think I just with him and our strength and conditioning system, man. I want to see what he can do. I seen him at Miami. He wasn't bad. He got some shit he can work on. I think in the right hands, man, he can be a decent player. Is he Braden Fisk? I don't think so. I mean, Braden Fisk wasn't even Braden Fisk till the later part of the year. But
Fisk was a monster, but
yeah,
Fisk,
he was a fucking monster. But I don't know,
not,
man. If Daryl, I don't think we need him to be good, be great. If he can just be good, I think that'll be fine. Because I think Josh Farmer is going to be a problem for offensive lines, man. But my concern going into the season, yeah, my concern going into it about the defense was the linebackers. I was unsure. I mean, you lose those two dudes you lost to the NFL. With Bethune.
Was it Deloach?
Yeah, Bethune and Deloach. Yeah, you lose those two dudes, man. It's you're unsure about what's going on, but they're sounding like they're playing awesome right now. Blake Nicholson was the guy who I was high on coming into the season. My only thing about him was he was so damn small. He was athletic, he was fast, but he was just so damn small, man. And he bulked up to about 230 now, so we'll see. And also the guy we got from We got from Auburn, man. Cam Riley. They say Cam Riley is looking spectacular right now. The last few days he's been looking spectacular. He's grasping the system. He's making plays in coverage. He's filling holes, and that was my biggest problem with Cam Riley coming out of Auburn. If you watch his film, man, he did not fill holes well. He did not like seek a lot of contact, and for a linebacker, that's the shit you don't want to see. But I mean, they saying he's looking way better than he was. So I mean, I just want to see what they're gonna be, man. So it's sounding good right now in camp for the first week of camp. It sounds like the defense has been awesome. So we'll see what happens. Season start 3 weeks at Georgia Tech, man. So we'll see.
Now, how devastated as a fan would you be if you guys actually dropped that game?
I mean, honestly, man, it'll fucking suck. But I think it'll be understandable. Like my man just said, man, when you lose that type of fucking talent on the team, it's you're gonna lose some of them games that you would have won. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some close games this year that I think Florida State loses. Me personally, I actually got us losing a few games. I think we're going to lose to Notre Dame. I just think Notre Dame is a well coached fucking team in a big physical, older team. And I think going out there to South Bend, I think we go to South Bend and go play them. I think going out that's a tough environment to go fucking win in, especially for a young football team.
Yeah,
I don't
crazy.
disagree with you on that, but at the same time, I think Notre Dame is going to be a very one-dimensional team on offense. Now it's going to be hard to stop. It's definitely going to be hard to stop, but I think they're going to be one-dimensional. So I think you can put 8 or 9 guys in the box and going to have to put some trust on your corners to man guys up.
Hold on. While we got Gator Sam in here, I want to ask him a question. Last show,
you can hear me?
Yeah, last show I had a Seminole guy on here, and he betted me $100 that Graham Mercer was going to throw for over 300 yards on Miami. What's your thoughts on that?
What?
Over 300 yards?
Over 300 yards.
On Miami's defense?
On Miami.
I don't like it. I like 250 at best. That game ain't going to be won by Mertz in the air. He just going to manage that game, and we're going to lean on the run game a little bit. But, I don't. If Mertz have 300 yards in the air on Miami, then Miami need to be panicking because I don't expect that to kind of have to go that way.
Yeah, I don't think our front seven would allow that, but
I don't either.
No,
And I'm just being
I
honest
agree
with
with
you. I don't
Sam.
either.
I agree with Sam. If he gets 300 yards on our defense,
I'm just being
Miami
honest
got
with
bigger
you.
problems.
Now that's
Miami
not to
got
say
bigger
that
problems
it
than
can't
what you think.
happen. That's not to say that it can't happen, but
Right.
first game, and we don't really, you know what I'm saying, like that. I don't see that happening first game. He just go out there and just light up that secondary. Is it possible? Yeah, anything possible, but I don't see it happening with the way that Florida play style is.
okay. Yeah, because I mean, like when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's easy money.
Yeah, that might be easy money, unless he knows something that I don't know, or Miami just have a whole bunch of key injuries, like in key positions. I don't know about that. I could be wrong. We both could be wrong. I'm not doubting that it's not possible, but I don't see Mertz throwing.
You would have to have some injuries in fall camp for that to come to fruition.
I don't disagree with you on that. I like I said, it's possible. Anything's possible, but I don't see that how that panning out for Florida.
Now, watching Graham Mertz last year, mostly dink and dunks, didn't take too deep shots. I mean, granted, your offensive line was terrible. I don't know how much improved they will be this year.
You say what?
I don't know how much improved y'all offensive line will be this year because obviously you guys got some good guys in.
Would you like me to shed a little bit of light on that and kind of how that offense is looking at the moment.
Enlighten me.
So let me start off by saying I'm not gonna. Well, you already know the deal with me. I'm not gonna get up in here and blow smoke up the Gator fan asses because the Florida Gators, we got to be realistic. It's 2024, and this is not the glory days. Like we not that team that we used to be. We trying to get back there, but we not that team that we used to be. So this is an unbiased opinion. This is like what it is and what it ain't. But as it stands right now, I would say the offensive line is probably about maybe 5% better, in my opinion.
5%.
And I'm just and let me explain.
No. Okay, 5% coming from where though?
The tackle.
So no, I'm saying you said 5%. So let's just say it was 50%. Now it's 55.
I would say it was more 60%. Now it's 65 because it wasn't
Okay.
always the O line fault. Granted, a lot of it was, but it's 11 players on the field. We're not gonna blame the O line for all of that. But realistically, they are a little bit better on the O line, but Ken gonna have to meet paper. We're gonna have to see it on the field because it looked better on paper, but how it translates on the field is what matters most. So I'm not gonna sit there and tell everybody, hey, Florida O line looked 10 times better. We looked like that last year around this time, and you see how the season panned out. I think we look better. We got more size and depth for sure. A lot more size than we had last year. I'm emphasize that because I want to say what the only person on as of right now, there's no starting lineup at the moment, but the rotation of O linemen that we have at the moment, I think what is the shortest guy is I want to say Rod Kearney or Jake Slaughter at like 6'6" or 6'5". I could be wrong. I could be off an inch. Don't quote me on that, but it is looking better. I'll say that.
Okay.
As
Just have to
far
be
as
consistent with everything,
receiver
though.
and
It'll get
offense,
there.
as far as the offense overall, I feel a lot more confident than I did last year. I'm not even gonna lie, and that's not me saying, "Oh, we got this deep, potent offense." No, but I'm so glad, and a lot of Gator fans who kind of been looking at Florida and checking out other teams as well, kind of feel the same way. But I'm so glad a lot of teams think that we're gonna be just this god awful trash team because those are the games that we love. Because I just know there's at least 3 or 4 teams on that schedule that genuinely believe that Florida's gonna go out there and lay an egg, and that they just gonna beat the hell out of them. And I don't know, call me what you want, but they're gonna catch somebody slipping this year.
Hmm. I know I had
Well,
a Gator
I
fan
don't.
at my job.
Hey,
I had
I
a
don't disagree with that because,
right.
like, as confident as Tennessee fans are, I've
Hmm.
Exactly.
absolutely saw what I thought were better Tennessee teams, and probably actually were, lose to less talented Florida teams.
I would agree with you on
Yeah.
that. Matter of fact, if I was a betting man, this year's Tennessee team, if I was logical, just looking at it from face value, from what they have on the roster, one would say, hey, bet all your money on Tennessee this year because they look amazing. They're deep in every position. They look great. And then that game comes, and all that shit goes out the window. It doesn't matter if Tennessee's up 3 touchdowns like they were before some years back. It don't matter if they was up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It don't even matter if it's the last play of the game and the Gators on their own goddamn 40-yard line. Tennessee will find a way to lose that game. It's like I'm not even that old. I'm still in my 20s, late 20s, and I've only ever seen Tennessee beat the Gators maybe once or twice in my life.
I think they beat y'all, I
Hmm.
think 3 times, maybe since 2005.
Maybe if
And
that,
you pushing it with that third one.
if that.
And I'm not even talking trash about Tennessee, but that's the God honest truth.
Yeah,
That
it
third
is.
one, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't.
You're gonna have to
Might
tell me
have to
what
Google
that
that to
was.
find out
It
to
may
see the
be
most recent
since
wins.
it may be 3 times since '04. I could be off by a year, but I mean, you're
Exactly.
talking. You'd have to go back to basically since Urban Meyer's been there. Tennessee's
Yeah.
beat Florida twice.
Yeah, but mainly what we're saying is basically Florida has been dominant against Tennessee. Now, as
And
far
and,
as that,
and
it's just
here's the thing that I would say
okay.
about that, because Tennessee is a better team. They much improved program.
They are. They are. They prove.
I think
Program on the rise.
people are still
I do see
overestimating Tennessee.
Tennessee is going to look like
I
during
mean,
that Oklahoma game.
the best recruiting class Tennessee's had was number 10 since Josh Heupel's been there. That's the best.
I mean, he's landed
So
some
they're
key
still
players.
somewhere around and they have. I'm not knocking that. Nico, I think, is going to be a great quarterback, but Nico is going to make first-time starter mistakes like all first-time starters do. And when you're talking a team with Tennessee that I don't really think is all that deep, and actually I can think of two positions right now, secondary and offensive line, where they're not that deep, where
Really?
one or two injuries could really change the trajectory of their season.
I might agree with you on that secondary, but I could have sworn Tennessee's strength and strong point right now was the trenches. That's all they brave about now. Or how deep that offensive line is extremely. You say what? They starting 5?
Their starting 5 is really, really good. Once you get behind them, you got some problems.
Yeah. They're just inconsistent. They have a good front, but they have to be consistent in every position that they're in. They can't just have that 5 and just depend on the 5. You have to have
that's even
consistency.
something Tennessee fans will admit to too. Like
Right.
I've even heard some of them say that they could stand Nico getting injured more than they could an offensive lineman.
I agree.
Because they got a couple of good backup quarterbacks.
And not to mention, they already in the talks with the number 1 quarterback and player for class of 2026.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee is humming. They're on the uprise. Whether people want to admit it or not, I'm not knocking them. I believe that they're on the uprise.
I'm not either. And I completely agree that they're headed in the right direction. I'm just saying they're not there yet. That's all I'm saying.
But I don't. But you know what though? They're not too far off. They might not be there yet, which we know.
To be fair, I don't think Miami's there yet either.
Not yet. But but those are the two type of teams right there.
Miami is going to have to find them a quarterback for next year. They're banking on they're putting all their eggs in the basket right now with Cam Ward for this 1 year. But honestly, after this year, what do y'all got lined up?
Well, they've got a quarterback lined up, but you're right. As far as a starter for next year, that's what they're going to have to figure. And that's something I've been vocal about calling out Mario on, has been, the lack of recruitment at quarterback. Now, they have a good one for the next class. Luke Nichols, a 4-star, and is a great quarterback. But up to this point,
in 26, they got a good one too, in Darren Coleman.
Yeah.
Darion Coleman.
Yeah, we got one there.
We're starting.
We just don't. Well, we don't really have nobody that pops out until then. That's the thing. We don't have.
You could, because
here's. Well, just not right now in that QB room.
Season. Like, perfect example. I think some people are writing off Billy Napier almost no matter what he does. I think somebody's gonna try and find a way to get him out of there.
Now, Sam, let me ask you this. Obviously, Kamani's still on the team. There was a report that he probably would have got kicked off or whatever, but he's still on the team. They gave him number 25. There was a lot of reports this whole, off season about him being late and all that. All that stuff happened in Colorado too. Now that number 25, he's wearing number 25. Is there a story behind it? Because, if you ask me, my theory is he probably was late to practice like 25 times, so they just gave him the number 25.
I like that one. I don't know if there's a story behind it. I'm not 100% sure if it is. If I'm being honest with you, I don't. It's really house money with Cormani McClain, and I don't. I'm indifferent as a fan. I'm indifferent. I don't mind him being on the team because, well, for one, he's still young and stupid. No disrespect to him or anything like that, but just being honest with you, when you've been the best player around you for your entire life, and then you get somewhere where everybody's better than you, if or just as good, if not better than you, and then you get a reality check by the best person that ever played your position, and you go all the way, you take your ass all the way from Florida to Colorado, and you think that Florida stuff gonna be okay out there, it would just. If I'm being honest with you, even if he wouldn't have came to Florida, he should have never left the state. And that's why I said it was house money for Florida, because if he'd have came back to Miami, okay, Miami got him. If he'd have came to Florida State, UCF, cool. He came back home. But that's just how it landed. I don't really see it going anywhere else. Like, he should have never left the state.
All right, here's where me and you were going to disagree. I get you. I get the point you're trying to make on you're playing with house money, but because I've seen it firsthand, one player with an attitude like that can destroy your entire locker room.
It happened before with Florida. That player I forgot his name. He originally was from he played at Georgia, got kicked off the team. Kirby didn't want him. Came to Florida. He started at Florida, but kind of had similar issues. I cannot think of his name. He got kicked off the team last year, or was it the year before? I think it was the year before with Anthony Richardson class. And he was a talent. He played D tackle, DN. He was a talented player. He just couldn't stay out of trouble. But yeah, I understand that one bad apple can't really affect stuff like that. But he would have to work his way up to being on the field, or at least being in the rotation of second or third string before I start considering, okay, whatever he was doing was a factor, because he's on the practice squad. He's not competing with the ones and twos, and we're thinking, well, he's one of our leaders. No, he's a practice squad. He's just a walk on.
And I get your point, but my point is having that bad apple in your locker room is, whether he's a starter or not, he's in that locker room with the rest of your team.
So I'll say this, and this is kind of what a few players that they interviewed about, not about that, but about the locker room environment as a whole prior to Cormani McClain even getting on the team. And I'll say this: if somebody like Cormani McClain or anybody, one individual can just destroy and taint an entire program locker room like that, then it was built on glass anyway. It was already poorly built. But we're talking about one player. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not disagreeing that it's not possible. I'm simply saying, if they let one player like that just come on the team, and he's just, that energy is what they're just killing them, or it's infectious, then maybe he didn't build a good foundation like he's been claiming he has this whole time. But if that's not the case, then we don't have nothing really to talk about that. So that's why I said I'm not too upset about it at the moment. I get it, but they've already dismissed some of those rumors anyway. And from what they were saying, he gained 10 pounds of muscle, which is one of the many issues, or one of the biggest. Is it perfect? No, but this is where we at.
So no Kamani starting. Probably won't see him play this year.
Hell no. If y'all listen to me, to anybody that's on T2I channel, and you follow any of the Florida teams, I am telling you as a Gator fan, if Cormani McClain starting in week 1, we have a goddamn problem. I don't care how talented that high school shit was. We have a problem, because I'm not a believer. I'm just saying, I'm not a believer that he's just gonna go out there and just outwork everybody and just prove us wrong. Not in week 1. I
Okay,
think he.
now you say that. You say that. Now I want you to shed some light on this because I know T2I's heard it, but it's all over, especially Twitter is bad with this. That Graham Mertz may not even be starting game 1. DJ Lagway might be.
That's a lie.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the interview with what's your guy named Shannon Crowder.
Yeah.
He's saying that Lagway should start day 1.
Of course he gonna say that. Man, listen to me. And this just being honest with you, because I do follow all, and I do mean all Florida stuff. Everybody associated with everything Florida, Florida State, Miami. I follow all of that, and I keep to that very closely. That's a goddamn lie. That would be dumb as hell. I don't give a damn how talented Lagway is. He, like you just said, he would make rookie mistakes. Would you
I'll
rather
say
rookie?
this.
Would you
I
rather?
think if you pull Graham Mertz for Lagway, you can't go back.
Exactly. Right. But see,
I don't think the record will be different with no matter what quarterback starts.
So listen, that's not true. Here's the thing: the worst or the best case scenario that y'all are gonna see, or the best case scenario that you're gonna see Lagway in this season, because everybody keeps saying, "Well, start Lagway, start Lagway." The guy is very new to the school, like the program, the team. He ain't got no experience. I don't care what you think. I'm going with somebody more experienced. He's not gonna fold under pressure. You talk that shit all you want about Graham Mertz. Name me a game that he folded under pressure this past season. That it was him that folded. Cause I'll wait. I'm just saying, like, some of this stuff is I don't understand what is the logic behind it. You would rather put a redshirt freshman quarterback to start this schedule with no snaps under his belt with that wishy-washy. We don't know what it's going to look like.
No, Lagway's a true freshman.
Is Lagway redshirt?
True freshman, then, if you want to put it that way. They're going to have packages for him for sure. That I do know. They're going to have packages for him for sure. He's going to get some snaps, but if y'all think that he's just going to go out there and they just going to be like, okay, we're going to start Lagway, and that's just going to be it. No. He's going to have packages where he get in the game and he has drives. That's going to happen. There's no way that you keep him off the field entirely, but he's not gonna go out there and start unless Graham Mertz gets hurt. I'm just saying. So all of y'all thinking that, oh, he's gonna go out there and start, he's not. You could say, well, maybe if he outworked Graham Mertz in practice, he hasn't. It's Graham Mertz's team to lose. That's all I'm saying. Like, I like DJ Lagway too. I'm glad he here and not at Clemson or Texas A&M or Baylor. He was a legacy kid for Baylor.
Shit, that man, y'all fired Billy Napier this year. That man might be in a Miami uniform next year.
And see, that's the crazy part. That's why I don't think this is Billy Napier's last year. Because it's pretty obvious. Like, if you fire Napier, a lot of those important recruits that everybody wanted, they're gone. They're gone. I fully expect Lagway to leave if Billy Napier gets fired. I fully expect LJ McCray to leave if Billy Napier gets fired. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I expect a lot of those elite players that we had to leave once Billy Napier gets fired. Montrell Johnson, he's going to the NFL after this season anyway. So, you're going to lose one back there. You got, 3 running backs behind him that all are Billy Napier kids. You probably keep 2 of them, 1 or 2 of them at best. And you're going to probably get the lesser of the 2 evils. Receivers, gone. Well, yeah, gone. I venture to say gone because most of those are Billy's guys. Like, I just see a lot of that team dissipating if you fire Napier.
Well, and see, I trying to look at this from not a fan perspective, I think it's dumb. because look at it from an AD's perspective. Y'all are paying Dan Mullen through 2027. Who the hell wants to be paying 3 coaches at once?
Exactly.
I think if Billy got a losing record this year, they might be fed up with him.
They might. I'm not saying they won't do it. But I can
So,
promise you this. If
let me
Billy
tell you a little
goes,
secret.
Scott Strickland's out the door before him.
Let me tell y'all a secret. And every coach that be in these predicaments have one of these type of games every year. It would not be the Miami game that would get Napier fired if we lost. I'm gonna tell you the game that will get Napier fired. UCF. If we lose that, it's a lose-lose situation for Florida, because the outside perspective is Florida, you're home going against UCF. You're supposed to beat them. Don't matter. But and their defense is, if you lose, they came to the swamp and they beat big bad Florida in their own house. It's a lose-lose situation.
Not to mention that Billy Napier already lost to them.
Man, that weak-ass bowl game.
You still lost to UCF.
Well, and I mean, I know that's the perception of it, but they are in the Big 12. Gus Malzahn, whatever you want to say about him, only Urban Meyer's got a better record than him against Nick Saban.
So if they lose to UCF, that's a fireable offense.
You say what?
So if they lose to UCF, that's a fireable offense.
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting.
You said what?
They're going to be interesting because I actually think they're going to beat y'all.
I'm going to come in now. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Well, I don't think there's so many guaranteed losses in the back half of their schedule like some people think. Like I said, I said earlier about Tennessee, that's one. Another one.
Man, I think they got
a lot of people don't want to hear this. LSU ain't fit to be as good as some people try and make them out to be this year.
Y'all can screen record this. I think Florida end the seasons with a 7-game losing streak.
Damn.
7?
Damn.
7-game losing streak. I think Florida will end the season on a 7-game losing streak.
That's some cold shit, T2Y.
7?
7-game losing streak.
So who's gonna be our last victory against? Mississippi State?
I think you actually beat UCF, even though I want them to beat y'all.
We gon' I ain't gonna. I told myself I wasn't gonna talk no trash to you until they on the field and at the end of the game when we win. But like I said, I'm so happy that everybody is counting Florida out. I'm so glad. I love that everybody say, well, they trashed here and they don't got this, they ain't got that.
It ain't too hard this year.
You say what?
It ain't too hard to trash y'all this year. Y'all got the #1 hardest schedule in the country.
I mean, listen.
And not only that, they got their win total at 4.5. So you can't blame us for it, man.
Right. And listen, I don't think that it's actually going to happen, but take your fandom out of it for a minute. There's a realistic scenario where Florida wins 2-3 games this year.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. But at the same time, when you look into these teams, some of these teams outside of 3 are not as bad as y'all, as dominant as you think. The games that I got automatic, I don't think we have a chance of winning. I don't care how big of a fan and Sunbelt Billy Pumper I am. I know we're not beating Georgia this year unless God put on some goddamn pads. I know we're not going to Texas and beating Texas in Austin. I don't see that happening. And I'm telling y'all as a fan, I don't see that happening. I don't. You can say whatever you want about all the other games. Those 2 games, we gonna get our teeth pushed in. It might be closer, but it might not be a 40-12 type game. It might be more a 40 to maybe 21, 28 ish. And I'm emphasizing on the ish, but I'm just being honest with you. The rest of that schedule, half of those teams are playing a quarterback that's their first time in that program system. You could say, well, they played in this type of this, that, man, that's the first time that man threw a route to this person in a real game ever. That takes chemistry.
See,
And
the
we got a
problem,
lot of teams
problem
that
with
don't got that chemistry. And it ain't just on at the quarterback position. We only play what?
that, so
Three?
let's just say you lose to Miami, you beat Stanford. Out of the rest of the teams you play, who got a new starting quarterback?
Okay, let me go down and don't you say who got a new starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Florida State, LSU. Okay, I'm gonna go from Tennessee. I was gonna start from the top to bottom, but I started from the end. The only teams that have a returning quarterback is Georgia, Texas, and Ole Miss. Everybody else, their quarterback ain't been there a season or two. UCF, first year quarterback out there with KJ Jefferson. That's first time in that system. That's four, like you said, Tennessee, LSU, Kentucky. They don't that guy came from Georgia.
Nah. Remember, I think you're gonna end the season with a 7-game losing streak. Tennessee at Tennessee, I think they beat y'all. I think Kentucky beat y'all. I think we don't even think we know Georgia's gonna beat y'all. We know Texas is gonna beat y'all. LSU gonna beat y'all. Ole Miss gonna beat y'all, and Florida State gonna beat y'all. That's
It's
a 7-game.
crazy how Miami and Florida State look at Florida as the worst team in the state of Florida. When neither, like, I don't understand that. Like, Miami has never even made it to their conference championship.
It's a whole different year.
I'm about to say, what does that have to do with this year, this team?
Okay, so what does that have to do with the Gators this year and this team?
We look at y'all team and we like that shit trash.
I mean, y'all.
Hey, I think you taking it personal. What people saying? Ain't nobody's personally attacking y'all. We speaking as football fans and people that's just knowledgeable of the game, man. Like y'all,
I'm just
it's not,
fan.
man.
I just see it as that because Florida fans look at it like this. We hate Miami, but we don't hate Miami worse than Florida State because we don't play them as often. Miami, you play Florida State every year, so you got a different level of respect for Florida State than you do with Florida, in my opinion, because y'all play them every year, win, lose, or draw. Florida State is kind of the same way with Florida. I hate them. I wish they would just close the school down and just make it a church house or something that can help the world. I really do. But as much as I hate to admit it, Florida State is a really good team. And
That's a fucking lie.
Not a good team?
Hell no, they ain't no good team.
Why would you ask that fool that out of all people?
Well, not even that. Go back and look at the team talent composite. Miami was more talented than Florida State last year.
And that's why we almost beat them with a third-string freshman.
It's Miami. It's
but
not
you
hard
saw,
to get
you
talent
saw
down
the
there.
You saw the clear progression year over year that was supposed to, summit into doing something big this past season. Because, I mean, you can see it even just in one player. Look at Jordan Travis in 2020, and then look at Jordan Travis in 2023. So you saw the progression of what Mike Norvell was building. And that's why I think Florida State's in for a disappointment this year. Because, unfortunately, when you focus on the portal and not recruiting, you're going to suffer long term. He's got to build that all over again.
However, the way this portal is portaling, it's kind of hard to. There are outliers and exceptions to the rules. Everybody ain't gonna be good, and everybody ain't gonna win in the portal. Let's just be honest. Like that, I think that's what we.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's a
first.
fact. That's a fact.
Right, and then you got the thing because like a lot of people might say Miami did really great in the portal. I think they did really great in the portal because they got what they needed and they got high level players at those positions. I would say Florida did okay in the portal, but that's because we didn't go get no extremely big splash player. Florida State, they did it last year and the year before, if I'm not mistaken, with big splash portal players, but I don't think they did it this year.
Well, I think you have to have a balance between the portal and recruiting. And if you want to compete nationally, I still think you need top 10 classes out of high school year in and year out.
I mean, he kind of got that coming with the 25 class. I mean, what's it like the 26 class, some shit like that. He getting some talent in there. Yeah, it's coming along, but
My point is, up to this point, he's kind of suffered when it comes to high school recruiting, and I think you have to do both well.
yeah, and I understand it as a Florida State fan. I understand it because we were fucking horrible when he got here. Like, I mean, it was a fucking dumpster fire when he got here. Like, I don't even blame nobody not wanting to come to Florida State and play. This shit was horrible.
Yeah, but by the time he get it together, Miami will be light years ahead of him.
Miami always been light years ahead of us in recruiting,
all I
and
can
that shit
say
does not
is-
pan out on the field. I don't know what it is about y'all, man.
We got a better coaching now, so we'll see.
Listen,
Yo,
all
wait,
I can
say
say,
what?
and I'm gonna say this before I
We got better coaching now, so we'll see.
Oh, I thought you said y'all have a better coach than we have.
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
It's debatable.
So let me
One thing about Mike Norvell, he would have took. Hey, one thing about Mike Norvell, he would have took a knee against Georgia Tech last year.
Hey, I'm trying, and Billy would have damn sure took a knee, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Hey, but T2,
Damn, Billy would take 3 points if he gets to him.
hey, you right. You absolutely
Hey yo,
right. But let
I'm
me ask
still
you this. Let me ask y'all
reminiscing
this.
on that bowl game.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Let's say Florida do go out there and beat Miami, then what? Let's say Florida do go out there and win anywhere from 6 to 7 games this year. Then what?
I think that's a positive for Florida, and I think that goes back to the question T2Y asked me earlier about if we lost to Georgia Tech. Like, how disappointed would I be? Man, that'll be, as a Miami fan, I imagine that shit would sting, especially with all the hype they got coming out of camp and them getting Cam Ward and them getting all them weapons they got, man. I imagine that shit would sting, man. Bad.
That game for me, if we lose it, it has to be how we lost it. Because if we lose it because let's just say Cam got hurt, a couple key players went down and stuff like that, then it's like, all right, I understand it is what it is. But if we go out there, nobody gets hurt, and it just looked like a shit show, then yeah, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna feel like I've been bamboozled.
Yeah.
So what if Miami go out there
Just like
and
last
lay an
year.
egg? What if
And do
Miami
what?
go out there and the score at the end of the fourth quarter is 42 to 12, 42-21. It's not even, and it just looked like Florida just came out there to play football.
I'll tell all the fans I'm looking forward to basketball season.
The worst part about it is, as bad as Florida wants to beat Miami, they really want to beat Florida State in Tallahassee this year. Oh my goodness! I think and this might just be me, but no, it's not just me because I know people that done said the same thing. I don't care if Florida went 10-2. We lose to Florida State, that season was a failure. I don't give a damn. I said what I said. I don't care what you say. We lose to Florida State, the season is a failure.
I mean, but shit, y'all in the SEC, you go 10-3 or 10-2, shit. 10-2 and lose to Florida State, that'll make y'all 10-3. Y'all still might get in the fucking playoffs, so you can't even say that.
With this schedule,
Well, you might be on
any other
With the schedule Florida got, y'all go 10-3, y'all get in the playoff, man.
You
So
said
if y'all lose the Miami, UCF, and Florida State, you might be on suicide to watch.
Man.
Listen, if my Gators
And that's a
lose
possibility.
to all three, if my Gators lose to all three Florida teams, I can tell you right now that I'm gonna everything Gator. I'm gonna just have to go back to watching the NFL. And
I'm gonna
that's
send
on.
you. I'm gonna send you a Hurricane jersey.
Don't do that. Well, I do need some more tissue.
I need you to get up here and do the acapella war chant if that happens.
Hey, listen, I already told myself if the Gators beat Florida State in Tallahassee, because I got a lot of family and a lot of people I know that's Florida State fans. I'm a war chant all goddamn day, but I'm a Gator chump. I'm a Gator chump to it. Gotta mix it up.
Listen, if y'all lose, promise me this. If y'all lose to all three, you got to come on the channel, cameras on, and you got to just say it's great to be a Miami Hurricane. You just got to.
Listen, if
You
I
just got to
make, I
check
do
that
you
by
one
4
better.
times.
Listen, I do you one better because you know I'm good for it. Listen, if Florida loses to all three Florida schools this year, I'll get on this. I'll come up here. I'm talking about camera on with my Gator attire and everything. And I'll admit on the behalf of all the damn Gator fans, or all the fans that watch this show, on behalf of Florida, we are the worst team in the state of Florida. We don't deserve to do. I'm talking about I go all in on my team. I'm talking about the whole nine because we deserve it. Billy Napier need to get fired. Everybody need to go. All of that. If that is the case, if we lose to all three Florida teams, yes. But we wouldn't know that until after Florida State game. So it'll have to be at the end of the season if that was the case. But I don't see that happening.
If you lost to Miami and you lost to UCF, you already know it's gonna happen.
Like I said, Florida State, it doesn't. We beat them without a head coach before, so how y'all struggle
And I'm
with
gonna
them
say
half the
this:
time.
if you lose the UCF, you dropping 8 straight.
I don't know.
They probably your weakest opponent going into that last 7.
I don't know about all that.
UCF ain't better than Kentucky. They ain't better than Tennessee. They ain't better than Georgia. They ain't better than Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, or Florida State. So if you lose to them, it only gonna get worse.
You're not wrong on that.
And what week do y'all play UCF?
I think we played them.
They play them on October 5th.
We played them. We got a bye week. We got a bye week before we play them too.
Yep.
So it shouldn't be no excuses for that dub.
That's gonna be a night game too.
I believe so.
Them UCF fans gonna be driving up out of there. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out.
Like I said, I'm so glad that everybody is doubting the Gators this year, because when we surprise and shock the hell out of a lot of these teams, and y'all be like, "Oh damn, Florida won that game. Damn, Florida won." All that, I'm talking. I don't want to hear none of that.
Hey y'all, I swear to God, y'all lose them 8 straight, I'm gonna be like, God, won't you do it?
He talking about God won't he do it.
Oh no, I'm with T2Y, man. Y'all lose to UCF, man. Oh my God.
I don't see it happening, but
man.
I mean UCF struggled on defense heavily, worse than Florida last year. We ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all forget them boys let Baylor come back being down like 28 points.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is we gonna see when the games got to get played. You can talk all that trash about my Gators or Miami or Florida State. At the end of the day, we gonna see, because these games gonna get played sooner or later.
Man, I could hear it now. Touchdown UCF.
You said what?
Touchdown UCF.
Oh, against Baylor? Yeah, I see it.
Man, but I'll stupid boy.
Hey, T2I, when you streaming again? When you live streaming again?
I'm gonna do it throughout the weeks going leading up to the game, but I'm gonna live stream on that day because I ain't going to Gainesville.
Okay. Well, I'm finna slide. I was trying to see when you was gonna stream again.
Probably the weekend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but let's get on Florida State because y'all got it. Let me see where you say your losses could be where Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's one of the games I got us losing. I just think that's gonna be a hell of an environment to go in there and win.
Now you said a couple games, but you only said Notre Dame so far.
Yeah, I
So
think somebody else has started talking, and that shit kind of went out the window.
so I'll
I
say
got
this: I throw
go ahead.
Miami and Notre Dame and Clemson. Those are the only ones y'all really should have good games with.
Yeah, those actually were the games that I was that I was looking at as possible losses. Well, two of those games. I got us projected to lose two games this year. And I think Notre Dame is one for me. And I think the next one is gonna either be at Miami or Clemson.
Okay, definitely Miami.
Yeah, I mean I if I had my choice, I'd rather it be Clemson because I damn sure don't want to lose to Miami. That's picking the lesser of two fucking evils. I'll take it.
I think you're probably better off losing to Clemson though.
Hell no.
No, you're probably better off losing you're probably better off losing to Clemson because if you lose to Miami, that just means Miami ACC championship bound. And more than likely, if you lose to Miami, you probably already done lost to Clemson.
Yeah. You got a point, man. But I don't know, man. I just think this Florida State team gonna be different. It's differently built. I don't see DJU being used the way Jordan Travis was, throwing the ball, 20, 25 times a game and shit, slinging it all over the field.
When I was playing NCAA 25 on my dynasty, the first week y'all did lose to Georgia Tech in my season. Y'all lost by 3 points, 38-35.
That ain't the first time I've seen that happen.
I don't know if EA knows something that I don't know, but y'all lost that game in Derby.
Hey, yeah, I don't, man. Honestly, man, with as far as the Georgia Tech game go, I see it being going into the half. I see it being a close. I think I see us being up 13-10 or 14-10. Only thing, but the thing with Georgia Tech, they had one of the worst fucking defenses in fucking the country last year. And the shit that's wild about that is one of the Florida State media guys asked the Georgia Tech head coach in a certain way. He couldn't come out and straight up ask him, "Hey man, what you gonna do about the sorry ass defense?" He couldn't like ask him like that, but he asked him in a way. And the answer the Georgia Tech head coach gave was, "Well, we can only get better. We can't get any worse." That was pretty much his answer. And I was like, damn. So he know they're gonna still suck pretty much. Only way you got to go is up. That's a wild answer to give.
I think the worst interview I've seen all year is the guy from UCLA over there at Big 10 Media Day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I seen the dude was tripping, man.
I was like, yo, talk about not having nothing good in football. That's crazy.
Man. I'm gonna fuck around and watch that shit again when I get off, man. That's crazy. That shit had me crying laughing.
Man,
I can imagine people's faces that was in that motherfucker when he was up there, man.
That joker Mario's so gangster. He basically told Florida that we ain't worried about y'all. We more worried about practice. That's some gangster shit right there.
Yeah, and Florida fan. I can't remember what his name was, but dude, he was acting like it was a person. Ain't nobody attacking him personally, man. Shit, the over and under on y'all win total was like 4. Like they telling y'all gonna win 4 games. I mean, that shit right there.
Yeah, Billy got a young team. Not too much production. Then you look at the schedule too. All those teams are light years ahead.
Yeah, that too. And I nobody trusts Graham Mertz to do anything.
If you win 5 games. Oh, speaking of the Gators, let's see what this dude what's his name? JD over there 0-3. Let's see. Let me share this. I just ran into one of his little Florida Gator prediction things.
I don't blame Billy Napier. Everyone and their mama is talking about him being on the hot seat. And he's a guy that has cut his teeth and got this job because of what he does as a play caller, because of what his offenses do.
Did this man not watch Billy Napier play calling for the last 2 years?
He obviously didn't, because I don't know what he talking about.
And you want him to pass.
All right, so do y'all think Oklahoma is better than Florida?
You think Oklahoma is better? Yeah.
They ain't even a question.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like to have 2 years in. If I'm Billy Napier, I'm saying, okay, if I go out, if I lose this job, so be it. But I am resting my head on that pillow at night, knowing that we went out on my terms.
So basically, he's saying Billy gonna call plays again. Obviously, the whole offensive coordinator and the backup coordinator and all of them to just sit on the sideline and shut up.
Yeah, they're gonna be at Billy with his next. Wherever Billy next stop, that's where they're gonna be.
Like I'm cool if we don't, have the success that we want to have, and we fall short of our expectations, as long as we do it knowing that I did everything possible in my power to get that done.
But I think that's been the problem, though. Billy calling plays, and look
Yeah.
where he's at right now.
Yeah.
The crazy thing, Steve Sarkisian called plays as well, but it seemed like it's working out.
Lose that job on Billy Napier, and I passed the offensive coordinator duties off to somebody else, all because there was a little bit of external pressure. Give me a break, man. Billy Napier, too, it's worth noting, he averaged over 30 a game all 4 years he was at Louisiana. It hasn't translated just yet at Florida, but it doesn't mean he can't coach offensive football. We've seen that he can. There is a mountain of evidence that he can.
But that's Louisiana, though.
He ain't got time at Florida.
Maybe made a big program too big for him too, though.
Hold on, how long you been at Florida, man? Man, this is crazy.
Florida's expectation is way higher than Louisiana.
I know.
Yeah.
You can't get away with this at Florida. Let them win 5 games this season and watch how that fan base burn down the stadium.
Man,
You need 4 years, please.
You gotta be careful making a mid guy your head coach at a big program.
I think they're going after a big fish next. I think that's Florida's next move. I think they're gonna throw some money at a big fish next, man.
Lane Kiffin.
That was one of my picks for their job. I think that's gonna be their number one guy.
Yep.
I don't want to see Lane Kiffin at Florida.
I don't either. As a Florida State fan, I damn sure don't want to see him over there.
Right, I'm telling you, bro.
I do not want to see him at Florida.
What are you gonna do, nothing?
Hey, what's the head coach for SMU?
Oh, that's out of form.
Yeah, I was happy when he left Miami.
Oh hell yeah, me too. Miami's office is pretty decent, man.
Man, I was so fucking happy when Red Lashley left Miami.
When Mario brought in Josh Gaddis, and I did a little research on him, I heard all Michigan fans were talking trash. I was like, damn.
But see, Josh Gaddis, he's a pro style offensive tackle coordinator, so I ain't think that was going to work out at Miami anyway.
I saw that junk. I was so mad.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I might laugh, but I think Poffenberger, he fits that offense, that air raid offense, a whole lot better, I feel, than Cam Ward does. Because he can pass the ball a little bit better than Cam. But Cam Ward he's a running quarterback, so that's what's going to probably hurt a lot of defense because he got skill, he could run. But I think Poffenberger is a better passer.
We ain't running no air raid. Y'all get that out your mind.
Nah, Poffenberger like to run the ball a little too much. He's more run happy than Cam is.
Cam Ward completed what? 67% of his passes last year?
Cam is here to pass.
Somewhere in that range? Yeah, he a hell of a passer of the football, man.
He didn't come back to college to run the ball. This man got weapons here. He got to do that. He got an offensive coordinator that's going to dial him up. He got a huge offensive line. He ain't got to run the ball that much.
No.
Like I said, the most you'll probably see Cam run is from left to right.
And he got some sticky.
So it's going to be a balance. It's going to be a balance between run and pass.
If we want to run the ball, we could give it to Damian Martinez, Mark Fletcher, A.J. Allen, and all of them.
And we got some sticky, icky receivers.
Who's your biggest threat this year outside of Florida State?
Louisville.
Oh man, I think Duke is a quiet. I gotta be careful, man. I don't know. I
don't like that.
I think your old coach.
That's like
your old coach, man. He's gonna have something. He's gonna have something out for Miami, bro.
Get some help.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Duke's supposed to be a problem.
A bullshit.
Listen, Mike Elko left him a pretty decent team there. Duke defense is pretty good, bro. They had me scared a little bit when he played against.
With Duke, I do want to see what that quarterback gonna do with Duke. I do want to see what he gonna look like.
Oh, they got a nice little Man ain't gonna be wanting revenge, boy.
I think he came from Texas. The quarterback came from Texas, right?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Nothing Manny got going on. He ain't gonna be hitting on shit against us.
Yeah, we here to destroy shit this year, bro.
If your coordinator could be an offensive coordinator and not a yes man, we'll see.
Oh, we all right.
If Mario leave him alone, we'll see. Because when your coordinator was at Houston, his offense looked way better. You can tell that Mario's too involved. He can't run the system the way he wants.
When you see Mario go stand by the offensive coordinator, you know Miami about to lose.
Man, the stars will run this year. We got this. Everything will be on point.
He's just like Willie Taggart. Because remember, he was under Willie Taggart at Oregon. Now he took over at Miami. He's just like Willie Taggart. He did not leave Kendall Brown alone. Kendall Brown is a good coach, man. He know how to run an offense, but Willie wouldn't leave him alone. But what happened to Taggart? He got fired. If Mario don't turn this around in the next 2 years, they're going to consider letting him go.
We ain't worrying about it. Mario,
you got 2 years.
Mario got this.
I mean, I hope so, man. That'd be great for the state of Florida. We can, compete with the Alabamas and the Georgias and kick them out of the state.
Oh, see, I don't care what Florida State do, as long as we great.
Hey, that's why the Georgias. Let's see that the mindset that you got will keep Georgia strong. Will keep Alabama strong. That mindset. Come on, man. You can't hate us that much.
Hey, we don't play them. We don't play them along the way. We'll meet them when we.
I'm talking about recruiting. Recruiting is everything, bro. Recruiting leads to.
Miami's successful. Miami will get their recruits. We ain't worried about that.
Okay. All right.
Y'all better hope y'all successful. Because even when we
looking
lose,
pretty good.
Even when we lose, we still get recruits. We got that bread.
Oh, we got bread too. We just gave up baseball and made him the highest paid coach, and linked Jared the highest paid coach in the ACC when it comes to baseball. So we got money's there, man.
That's y'all problem.
We're making over $1 million a year.
That's y'all problem right now. Y'all got money going into baseball. You should be more focused on football.
No, but when you get to the Final Four in the College World Series, you got to give him a bump in salary.
No, you give him a pat on the shoulder and say, "Good job."
Yeah, Miami threw a brain stroke at Cam Ward. That motherfucker didn't even want to go to the NFL. They gave him so much money.
What, got like a good $5 million, $6 million.
Let me put the watch in my pocket real quick. Y'all better stop pocket watching.
Hey, T2, when I seen that shit, I was like, all right, he ain't coming to Florida State. They say he going to end the draft. That motherfucker, next thing you know, I looked at the joint you seen on ESPN. Cam Ward decides to go to Miami. I said, well, them just some dirty motherfuckers over there.
Mm-hmm.
But according to your fan base, y'all ain't want him.
Man, don't listen to them, man. I'm not one of. Hey, I'm not one of them Florida State fans that just
I don't
we
listen to them.
definitely want to Cam Ward.
I be having them screenshots.
Don't yeah. They
Y'all,
be them guys be tripping.
y'all fans did a whole poll on it. Who do we want more? DJU, Cam Ward, and there was some other name on there. It was anonymous.
If I had my choice, I would take Cam Ward. I think he's the more polished quarterback.
One of your guys even went ahead and got Cam Ward winning the number one at Florida State. They did the whole Photoshop. I thought it was real for a second.
I think the roster is currently constructed though. I think it better fits DJU. I think Cam Ward to y'all is the better fit for him.
Y'all sold on DJU?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, man. I seen him when he played at Clemson. I mean, he wasn't polished as a passer.
Clemson, they can't wait to get him.
Yeah, I mean,
but he won.
He looking okay in camp right now. I mean, getting the offense down and shit. So we'll see.
I think one of them defensive ends or defensive tackles said they can't wait till they play y'all. They gunning for him.
Yeah. I think
but
our
to
offense
win 8 games
different
at
this year,
Oregon
man.
State is pretty good, though. I think he did. He's a game manager, but I think he did pretty well at Oregon State. He won 8 games.
Yeah, he did. And the one thing I will say about DJU, one thing I do like about him is he's not a turnover machine. He's not going to turn the ball over a lot. So I mean, that's something that he also did at Clemson, and the reason why they were able to win a lot of games. And I know they had a talented team and a good defense.
I ain't trying to poke at you, but I want you to go back to your spring game and watch them first couple passes he threw. All 4 of them should have been interceptions.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the spring game earlier. A lot of FSU fans made a big deal about the spring game, but I'm like, man, look how the defense is playing. Like he didn't have many, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really have a lot of windows to throw the ball in. And he had guys in
He
his
ain't gonna
face.
go up against a defense like that.
Yeah, he's not going to go against a defense like Florida State's every game. So
we gonna see. Y'all can pay attention to Miami versus Florida. Y'all can see what y'all going up against.
Man, I cannot wait for that game, bro.
Well, yep, and I'll definitely be watching y'all at. Well, I don't know who's considered to be the home team.
I have no fucking idea.
I don't even know, but we play at 11 o'clock, so we have time to watch y'all after.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch y'all play, and I'm gonna see what DJ got going on. But hey, man, appreciate y'all boys for tuning in. I'm about to call it a night. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Brother, have a good one.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. I'll catch y'all next time.
All right, man. Appreciate you.